Good morning, everybody, and welcome. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Braylon Bryant Banks,
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
and Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here, y'all. On this, the 21st day of January 2028.
Aquarius season.
It is that middle of carnival
Woo-hoo.
time, hump
Yeah.
day, Wednesday, bad cheering. Thank y'all for rolling with us as we begin today's episode of the Front Porch, beginning our broadcast from the historic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the address if you want to stop on by. Grab yourself a comfortable chair, a mug, or a tumbler of your favorite frosty or steamy adult beverage. Mind your manners. Say good morning. Holler at your people. And kick it with us for the next 3 hours as we continue to chop up this world with a New Orleans edged blade. And of course, the top ranking way we love to hear from each and every one of y'all is the WBOK 1230 talk line. 504-582-9422. And shouts out to our friends on the other side of the spectrum. FM.
No static at all.
baby. And all the folks that are out there on the FaceTime and the Instabook and wherever else y'all might find us on the worldwide intranet webs.
Lord.
Yes. Good to have
Why?
y'all this morning. Got a little switch for y'all today, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because normally we would not have been inside. We'd have been back outside.
Yes.
Today. We would have been back outside today, back in the French Quarter with our good friends at the historic New Orleans collection. Talk about the trail they blazed and some other things. And but
we're gonna
folks
welcome
at the
them
Sewage
to
and
our
Water
house.
Board, yeah, they said nope, y'all no come down here, no water. So
Yes.
guess what? Them came to us.
Yes.
Amanda's here. We're
And
going
we
to have
have
a couple other more folks who are
yes,
going to be stopping
additional
by through
guests.
the course of the day. Additional guests to talk about what's going on at the historic New Orleans collection. Y'all know how we do. We love that. And for the first time, we get to welcome them here. Well, not for the first
Not
time.
for the first time, but yes,
first time
in a while because we've been going there.
We've been going
yes,
there.
we've been hosted.
Yes.
Very well.
Yes. And now we get the
Very
chance
well.
to return the favor, and we are looking forward to that. So y'all stay tuned because it's going to be a good day.
It is indeed. Happy Bad Turn Wednesday.
Hump day.
It is that.
Middle of the week, baby.
It came fast. This is a short week.
That it is.
Yeah.
That it is. And I put more in it. It's like Monday we worked, and when I left there, I had to do a couple of things. And then back at work Tuesday again. Boy, this.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, it was for a good cause Monday.
Always,
for sure.
And a good time was had by all.
Indeed.
And no regrets.
And no regrets. Get out of my head.
There you go.
No regrets.
We making it happen. Y'all.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm happy right now, like this season, with all of the things that we see happening in government and things around. However, I've been seeing some good works, man. I mean, some good works. And I'm very, very pleased to see other
Where
people
you looking?
Reaching to help and
That's right.
provide a helping hand.
They have been there. We have been there.
Yeah.
And but the question is where you're looking.
Yes.
Because you're going to get your social media is an echo chamber.
Right.
It's going to give you what you ask for.
Right.
And if you are not asking for the positive things, the uplifting things, the things that have still been happening and are more important now that everything else is going left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we still left.
Indeed.
I'm fine.
I'm excited.
You should be.
Yes. And I'm proud of y'all for getting in there and packing meals and giving hygiene kits to people and finding ways for you to keep those food pantries filled and also checking on your neighbors because the hunt ain't over. But what's funny about that hunt There's a police officer that now has been he has now been drawn on, stopped, questioned, and drawn on by ICE officers and the police chief. I think it was in
Minnesota,
yeah.
police officer color, more than one, more
Yeah.
than one, more than one. So, yeah, yeah.
We tried to tell y'all this. But anyway,
There you go.
yeah, there's that.
We looking forward to the day, though. It's gonna be a good one, y'all.
For sure.
504-582-9422. Good morning, Elwin.
Good
Elwin,
morning, Braylon.
what's
Good
up,
morning,
man?
Braylon.
Yes, sir. This is me.
And how you doing this morning? Good morning, Kim.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just fine. I'm ready to go to physical therapy. Uh, Not only I got to go tomorrow and Friday because
Yeah.
Monday was a holiday, and Tuesday he didn't have anything to do. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you going to PT?
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
I like it.
You sound like you're excited about it,
Mhm.
too.
You must like them people.
What her name is?
No. No. It's not a her.
Yeah.
It's a him.
It's a him?
It's a him.
Well, then
All right.
that solves some things too.
Yeah. You don't mind going over there by him? Sound like it, though, bro. That's good. That's good, bro.
But here's the thing.
What?
They're gonna try the E stem on me today.
They're going to try to what?
The E stem.
The E stem?
Yeah.
What is that, Elwin?
That will contract the muscle that's not working.
Oh, electronic stimulation.
Oh,
E-stem.
okay.
E-stem. I
Okay,
hear.
okay,
Okay. All
That's
right.
gonna
And they're going to try
stimulate the
that on
muscle
you
that's
today?
not working.
You
Yeah.
say they're going to try that on you today?
Yeah.
And it's going to be the first time?
Yeah. I asked them to try it for the next 3 days.
Oh, you requested this?
Yes.
Oh, yes, indeed. Then, well, I'm glad they told you could get it, bro.
Right.
So I can walk and I can come over there and see you again, Braylon, when I'm walking.
Listen, you was walking last time. You wasn't walking that fast, but you got
But
there.
you were walking, right?
Yeah, but I'll be walking even faster now.
That's it, bro. Get stronger, get better, baby. We're going to start calling you Steve Austin, the $7 man.
$7 million man.
Oh, I don't know if you worried that much. But
Yikes.
I mean, I love you and
Yeah, I
everything.
work
but come
$7
on,
million.
bro.
Don't you think so?
That is interesting.
Well, you saying 17. I might give you 17. I said 7. But, okay.
And look, when I get in the Hall of Fame, I'm gonna be worth more than that.
Yes, indeed.
I
You and
hear
me
you.
both.
I hear you.
You and me both, huh?
In the WBOK Hall of Fame.
In the
Yes,
WBOK Hall of Fame.
I think we are very well aware
Yes, sir.
of your
Your
bid
desire.
to become the first member initiate of the WBOK Hall of Fame.
Oh,
And I could be in there with
now,
Roe
would
Brown.
that be the WBOK Hall of Fame or the Front Porch Hall of Fame?
Ah,
Well, it would be both.
Okay, well, see, you got a longer line at WBOK. I'm gonna be honest with you. That Hall of Fame there, bro. That would, I can think of 8 right off the top of my head. None of them you.
And I want to go in there with Roe Brown.
Ro still here.
and
You know what I'm saying? I still want to go in there with Roe Brown.
Ro was here this morning. You heard him on the radio?
Yeah, I heard him on the radio this morning.
You called and talk to him?
No, I didn't talk to him
Oh, all right. All right.
because I was getting ready
getting ready for
to go to PT.
got it.
E-stem. Go on, get that
Got it.
E-stem. All right. I love it, cuz. Say, bro, keep us posted. Let us know how it went when we talk to you tomorrow, all right?
Hey, if it works, I'm coming down there.
Okay.
If it don't work, try something else and still come down here.
Period.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm going to try driving after that. I'm going to try
Oh.
picking you up.
You can drive
Okay.
down here and pick up your picture of Kim.
Oh Lord, here we go with that again.
Pick
God.
up Kim.
What is it,
Why
Elwin?
pick up Kim?
Why you going to come pick up Kim?
Yeah.
I don't know if Kim going to get in the car with you, cuz.
She's not.
Well, there you go. There you go.
No, not at all. I
She
will
said
wave.
no, bro.
I will wave.
She said she gonna wave at you, bro. You just pull over when you see her, all right?
Okay.
There you
That
go.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, you're right. Say, bro, all the best at PT today, man, with the E-STEM and all the rest of the stuff you're doing. Let us know what's happening tomorrow, all right?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
All right, E. Take care, bro.
All right.
Later.
Later. Bye, Kim.
Bye, Elwin.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's good though. He sounds excited about it.
He does, and
Whatever
I'm happy
he
for
is,
him because
I'm
this
happy
has
for
been
him,
this
too.
has been a
journey.
Yes, it has been a journey. It's been what, 2 years?
Yeah.
It's been 2 years with this,
At least.
and he's getting the results that he wants. So I'm happy.
There you go.
I'm happy.
Beautiful thing, man.
For
We
sure.
love it. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. We're going to have our friends from the Historic New Orleans Collection up on the other side of the break.
Woo-hoo.
See y'all then.
Norman Robinson is back,
Can you hear me now?
and he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230
Good
AM.
morning and happy Wednesday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at today's headlines. A man is behind bars this morning, booked on more than a dozen counts of arson. Records obtained by WDSU show the man faces 13 counts of aggravated and simple arson. This is the New Orleans Police Department investigates a string of vehicle fires and a house fire that they say were set intentionally in the Bywater Monday morning. We are working to confirm if the suspect is connected to those fires. And New Orleans police are still on the hunt for the shooter wanted for gunning down a 19-year-old and injuring 3 tourists inside Dookie Chase. It's a shooting that forced the famed restaurant to close for several days. But a bit of good news, the restaurant reopened yesterday. At lunchtime, we watched Mayor Helena Moreno and other local leaders dine at the restaurant. There was also a security guard posted outside the front door as customers returned. Then happening today, the mother of the 12-year-old boy who wandered away from his home and was later found dead will be in court. Hilda Vasquez is scheduled for a discovery hearing. This comes after a judge ordered her to be held without bond, citing concerns for the welfare of her 3 children. Vasquez is facing 1 count of second-degree cruelty to a juvenile and negligent homicide in connection to her son Brian Vasquez's death. And that is a look at today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU News. Have a great day.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Well, Saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 1230 a.m. See you on Saturday.
Hey, it's D. Riley of the 90s Hits, wishing you and your family a happy holiday season.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, yo. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Bank.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, y'all, bringing it to you right here, middle of the week, hump day. And as we told y'all when we first got on the porch, it's going to be a special day. Told y'all we was going to have some company. Because normally, on a day like today,
yes,
we would be sitting in the lobby of the historic New Orleans collection, talking about the trail they blazed and talking to the good folks who were involved in that, who were down there. But thanks to the intercession of the good folks at Sewage and Water Board, who said that there was not going to be any water at the building today, they are now here at our house, on our front porch for the first time, and we are both pleased and honored to welcome our good friends. Amanda Friends is back, the senior communication strategist at the historic New Orleans collection, and the most honored, Dodie Smith Simmons. Good morning.
It's Dorotha Dodie Smith Simmons.
Dorotha
Dodie Smith Simmons. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's such a pleasure to have y'all here on our porch.
Yes.
On our porch.
We appreciate the flexibility. I mean, and we always feel really comfortable here.
Yes.
And this is your porch, but we were, there's no water.
There's no water.
There's no
and
water.
We can't go when there's no water. We can't go when
there's no
water.
coffee. There's no tea
there's
water.
No coffee, there's no tea.
And then no empanadas. So listen.
I should have brought you some empanadas.
It's okay. It's okay. I am quite fine. Because what you did bring was pretty special. And how thoughtful.
How thoughtful.
Today is the anniversary of last year's snowfall here in the greater New Orleans. Yes, New Orleans area. And Amanda brought us some snow. So that was very thoughtful. I really do appreciate that.
It used to be snow a year ago.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm sorry it melted. It's been in my freezer for a year.
That's so cool.
Our snowversary.
Yes.
Thank you for this.
Thank you so
it's
much.
It's historic, right?
It is very
historic. The New Orleans blizzard.
I had 12 inches
yes.
at Napoleon and St. Charles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that...
Couple of days, the city got shut down. I found out my dog loves snow. Who knew? Who knew? Columbus.
I spent the day walking up and down St. Charles Avenue, and I have to say, people turning into little kids was awesome.
Yeah.
Meeting my neighbors who I hadn't yet met. But it was the dogs.
Yeah, it was the dogs, man.
Man.
Yes.
They were having a blast.
Yes. You remember how
that.
to have some fun, man.
Yes.
People having snowball fights in where I live now. There's the Park Coliseum Square, and it's a little bitty hill. It doesn't take much. Folks just got a piece of cardboard
And
something
slide.
and was trying to slide down
Yeah.
the hill. I thought it was fun, man. But that was more than enough.
Yes.
For
It
the
was
next
It
30
was nice
years,
for that day.
for that
I
day.
don't have to
that
do
couple
it.
of days.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have to do it again. I'm glad to have experienced that much snow because it snowed. It has snowed throughout my life. Like when my dad has pictures of us standing in the snow in Gentilly, and then I have pictures of my kids of they've seen snow twice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just an interesting occurrence. It's interesting, but I mean, we don't have to do this here at all.
No.
I love the cold weather. So
I
I spent
know.
most of the day outside. I got like red burns on my face. But I think you put it the right way. It was good for one day.
Yeah.
It was
right?
good. It was
Yeah.
cute.
It was indeed cute. It was indeed cute because snow has to melt, and the mess that comes with it is a mess. So yeah, I could do without it. But it's wonderful to have both of you here with us this morning on this and the snowversary,
Yes.
but also to share a lot more of the stories and the information that's critical for people to understand now, so that we don't repeat what it is that it's been what has it been 60 years since the journey of civil rights. 1964, my dad graduated from high school in 1964, and here we are still having the conversations. But I do appreciate the efforts also and the desire to keep sharing, because we have to be realistic. Sharing stuff like that over time can be aware. But I thank you for allowing yourself to be a vessel so that people don't forget, that they stay informed,
Well, they
so they don't have to
shouldn't
do it
forget.
again.
They should never, ever forget. And that's one thing that I'm so happy that the Historic New Orleans Collection decided to do this exhibit.
Yes.
Now, there's a traveling exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was at Xavier. It just closed down here at Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
It's now
And it's
Loyola.
heading
It's
to,
at
I
Loyola
think,
now.
Loyola.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the one on Wall Street,
Yes.
which is a little more involved and more to see.
Yes.
And the fact that it's closing on June the 7th, I am kind of unhappy about, because I think it should have run for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the word didn't get out like I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
And when was it? We had Family Day, and that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of families showed up, and what I appreciate about that exhibit on Wall Street is the kids.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This past summer, there was a group of kids from a summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
I think they was age 5 to 12.
Okay.
And they were the greatest group ever. Kids that age don't hold back.
No.
Pure
And-
honesty. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, ma'am. Go right ahead, please.
But when we were looking at the exhibit,
Uh-huh.
and I was explaining to it, because all they have is a photo of me being put into the paddy wagon.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do, I have copies of what actually happened from the newspaper.
Okay.
They showed what happened that day. We were, I guess, protesting at the Lower State Theater on Canal Street.
Okay. Okay.
I know
okay.
what that is.
And the ticket booth is gone, but the building is still there with the
Still there.
sign.
Yes.
The Lower State at the time was segregated. So we decided to have a protest there. So what we did was encircle the building, the ticket booth, I should say, not the building,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to stop the white patients from being able to buy a ticket.
Okay.
When the police came, we sat and told us to move on. We sat in a circle around the ticket booth. I was singing, and they asked us to move on again. And when we didn't, they started arresting us. And instead of having us stand or picking us up, they picked us up and put us on a dolly and rolled us out to the street, to the curb, picked us up. And that's the photo of me being picked up off the dolly, put into the paddy wagon.
Wow.
So I was saying this to the kids. One of the little 5 years old. What's a dolly? So I had to explain that to them. That's why I say kids are my favorite group to talk to.
Wow.
And
then another kid say, well, why were they arresting you and put you in jail? So I told him why. Then another little boy say, what your mama say? I thought that was the cutest.
Yes, he wanted to know.
But they just asked such intelligent questions. They were so absorbed by the exhibit because this is something they didn't know about.
Right.
A lot of the adults that were with them didn't know.
I bet you, yeah.
And the thing is, we, as the people, try to block that time out.
Yes.
We don't like to talk about slavery.
Yes.
But we need to.
Yes, absolutely.
We need to talk about what happened. We should never forget.
That's right.
That's what I say, but these little kids just ask such great questions, and it was just amazing.
Is that your favorite part when you are reliving and you have become iconic, madam? I know you might not know that, but we know whose presence we're sitting in.
Indeed.
And it is certainly an honor. And to hear you talk about it, because it was not easy. I know it wasn't easy, and it's still, but
no, it wasn't easy. I really, at the age of 15, had no intention or desire to be part of the civil rights movement. When I heard about the sit-in that they were doing, what was it, in Carolina? First, and they were being hit and didn't fight back. I thought, that's stupid.
Amen.
I'm glad you said that because I knowing what I know life is for me, that's stupid. So why are we signing up for that? But I'm glad you said it.
Why are you going to let somebody hit you and not fight back?
Right.
And that was one of the reasons my mom didn't want me to join CORE.
Yes.
But I joined. The reason I joined the movement is because I wanted to go dancing. I love to dance. And my sister Dorothy is really the person that never get the recognition that she deserved. Dorothy was amongst the students who, in 1959, desegregated. They did not integrate. That wasn't their purpose. LSUNO, which is today.
Yes.
And the people who were involved in that got involved with the NAACP Council that held their meetings every Tuesday night at, I think it was Mountain Zion, Reverend Mars Church on Dumaine and Galvez. And so I just thought they were going to meeting. I never went to a meeting up until I overheard a conversation with her and one of the Thompson sisters because if you know the civil rights, New Orleans civil rights history, you know there were 3 Thompson sisters that lived across the Industrial Canal. Alice, Jean, Alice and Jean were the 2 students that went to LSU, and their youngest sister Shirley. And I guess I can say this.
Yes, ma'am. You certainly can. You're on the porch.
No. So I was out playing in the backyard. I lived in the 9th Ward, 2801 Metropolitan Street.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
still own the property.
Okay.
Here. And I had to go to the bathroom. We were a family of 12 with 1 bathroom.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I went sat in the living room watching TV while I wait. I guess I got too involved and was on the TV that when the person was in, came out, somebody else went in.
Oh.
So when I went and the voice inside the bathroom was not the same voice, I say, I bet Dorothy and I shared a bedroom. And it was right the bedroom. You come out the hallway in the bathroom. So I say, I better sit here before I have an accident. And while sitting there, I heard Dorothy mention something about the golden pheasant. I don't know if you know about the golden pheasant.
No, what is the golden?
It was a black nightclub on Claiborne in Orleans.
Okay.
On the 2nd floor. And the jukebox had just come out. So it's a nickel a tune, and for 25 cents, you got 6 tunes. So we used to pull our nickels together. Well, that's after I start going. So I say, that's why she's late coming home every Tuesday. So I blackmailed her. I told her if she didn't take me to the next meeting, pay my $1 membership dues and my 14-cent car fare. Back then we called it car fare.
We said it yesterday, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Because before the bus, there was a streetcar.
That's right.
We used to take the Desire streetcar to Galvez, get off, and if you wanted to pay a nickel, you got on a nickel bus and went, back over toward the area where the Desire Project is now.
Okay.
And all the way back. But I saved my nickel because we could walk home from there. and I told her if she didn't, I was going to tell Mama.
The worst. The
Because
absolute
our
worst.
mom told her, when the meeting is over, come straight home. Because she was the only one that lived and had to walk by herself to her area.
Gotcha.
The Thompson lives across the Industrial Canal. Raphael Casimir lived in the 9th Ward, but I think he lived, I forgot where he lived. But she was the only one. And every Tuesday night, you're mighty late coming home. Oh, the bus we just missed. So you know how the buses are when at night.
Built-in excuse.
Yes. And one thing you didn't do to Gladys Smith was lie.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you would see Daniel Green.
Uh-oh.
You know about Daniel
I
Green?
definitely do, ma'am. The shiny,
Daniel Green
the
was a
gold
slipper.
lame.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Corporal
You
And-
can't lie to your mama.
No,
and-
you bet not.
If we did something wrong and you saw Gladys Smith looking down, lifting her leg, Daniel Green would come off her foot and your behind got torn.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You probably deserve it.
There's 5 girls in the family,
Okay.
and none of us to this date has ever owned a pair of Dandy Green and refused
to buy them.
I know that's right. I know
But anyway,
that's right.
we start going to. I started going because Art was going to the NAACP meeting. And Raphael Casimir at the time was the president of the youth council. And he would talk about the NAACP and all their accomplishments. I would sit there like this.
This what you blackmail your sister for to come down?
Well, no. No, I was just waiting for him to finish so we can go to the Golden Pheasant.
You was right.
And like I say, you put a quarter in the jukebox. There goes my baby, walking on down the road, and other hits of that time.
Yes.
And just dance the night away.
Yes, indeed. After the NAACP beat.
Yes.
We're going to continue that story. We got to take this quick break. But now I love
That
it. I
is
hate to cut you off.
hilarious.
We got to take this break. We're going to find out more about the adventures at the Golden,
Pheasant.
That's right. That's
No,
right.
well, that was about, it was, like I said, I love to dance.
Yes.
And
that's what
why
started it. Well, so dancing started this civil rights journey.
I
We're
love
going
it.
to find out more about that.
Yes.
You tuned into the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
I'm David Patan Sr., owner of Whole Water and Food Over Medicine Academy, coach, consultant, and instructor. We're excited about our 21-day challenge. Stop, prevent, and reverse disease today. Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, along with chronic illnesses and diseases. We believe that the gift of wellness is the greatest gift, and for $30 per month, $1 a day, you could have this gift for you and your family.
I'm Phyllis Washington, and I've benefited with health and weight loss.
For your gift of $30, healing and wellness can be yours. Call 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. The Whole Water Store. See you at 2135 Washington Avenue today.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
What if just $50 could open the door to your new home? Godan's is inviting you to enter their Key to Your Heart house raffle, where one ticket gives you a chance to win a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the city of New Orleans. The drawing will happen on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Tickets must be purchased by February 12th at 11:59 p.m. Enter now at Raise, RAYZE.it/Key to Your Heart.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977.
Hey, this is Jay Boogie wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Blues Buffet at 1230 AM WBOK.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, y'all, right here on this middle of the week, hump day, bad churn Wednesday, how we do on the Front Porch. And right now we are continuing with our good friends from the historic New Orleans collection, finding out about the stories of the golden pheasant.
Yes, the golden pheasant. And before we go too far, I want to address one of our listeners who has told on himself, as he often does. He said, I've never tuned into the show when y'all broadcast from the historic New Orleans collection. Is this what I've been missing? Yes.
Yes, Mom.
And so much more.
And so much more. We go up when we leave.
Yes.
Well, they ought to go down to the exhibit.
Yes.
They ought to come see us.
And it's for $3 and 0 cents.
520 Royal Street.
Yes.
And the admission is free.
Free.
Thank you for mentioning
Free.
that.
Yes.
So true.
Absolutely free. And let me tell you something. The wealth of information and knowledge and the privilege that we have to talk to history makers about their lives is such a good thing. So yeah, my friend, when we are down there, it sure is fun. It sure is fun. I'm sorry you missed it, but you're here now, and that's the only thing that counts. And we're going to get right back to Miss Doty's story about the golden pheasant blackmailing her sister, going down and listening to Mr. Casimir, and just wait until he got through to go and dance, and we might even be regaled with another little ditty, another number. You just never know. Please, madam, continue. This is a fascinating story.
And then after going to meetings, one Tuesday night, in walked two young men. They were Rooney Lombard and Jerome Smith. They had just organized the New Orleans chapter of the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE.
Yes, ma'am.
And they had come, and they had also started picketing and sitting in at Woolworths and McCrory's on Canal Street.
Yes, ma'am.
And had come to ask the NAACPU Council to help them with their picketing and sitting in. So we did go. And after a couple of times going, I thought, this is something I can do. And I guess a lot of other members thought the same.
Yes.
Because the bulk of the membership left NAACP, joined CORE, and became the backbone of CORE.
Wow.
And at that time, I was 15. In a couple of months, I was going to be 16, but I was 15. Because my sister always say, "Oh, you were 16." I say, "No, I was 15 when I joined." And
why did you? What was the
The
reason
distinction
that you left
of the
between
age?
NAACP? No, we could be say a lot of y'all left
Oh.
the NAACP youth and joined CORE. Why?
because CORE was doing something. I was out there carrying a picket sign.
They were active.
Up and down. It was activity.
The action.
Instead of non-action, sitting and listening. Well, I guess listening is also activity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that was something I can do. So we start going to the CORE meetings on Thursday night at New Zion Baptist Church on
2319 3rd Street, the church where God meets the New Orleans public. That's my church, Reverend A.L. Davis right there. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. In the
Reverend A.L.
fellowship hall.
Davis.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Reverend A.L. Davis is a very important part of the civil rights history here in New
Here in
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
who baptized me. Yes,
And
ma'am.
also his brother in Plaquemine,
Plaquemine
Louisiana.
That's right. Plaquemine, Louisiana. Not Plaquemine Parish. Plaquemine, Louisiana.
That's
Yes.
around Baton Rouge.
And I was
area.
just there recently to visit the jail where Ronnie Moore, James Farmer, who was the national director of CORE,
Mm-hmm.
because he was supposed to be at the March on Washington,
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't because he was in jail in Donaldsonville because Plaquemine didn't have a jail.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting away from what. But I just want you mentioned Reverend A.L.
Yes, ma'am.
Davis. I was going to mention his name, but thanks for bringing it up
Absolutely.
because it was at his church
Mm-hmm.
that SCLC was formalized,
Yes, ma'am.
and where Martin Luther King became president of the SCLC.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the only time King was in New Orleans.
No, ma'am.
He came to interview for a job at Dillard University.
Really?
Yes, as the chaplain there. But he turned it down.
Huh.
See, another part of history.
That is a piece that I did not know.
Absolutely.
And I went to Dillard. That's a piece of history that nobody knew.
Yeah.
But that's good to know.
That is good to know. And I'm so glad you mentioned Reverend Davis because I always say that they changed Shakespeare Park. Shakespeare Park is now Reverend L. Davis Park. And I think that was a long time coming. But yes, one of the key members here in New Orleans.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes.
He was the president of the Ministerial Alliance and very well respected.
Yes, ma'am.
Throughout the country.
Yes,
not only New Orleans, Louisiana.
Throughout the country.
He was big time.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
And getting back to my involvement in the civil rights movement. So when I joined CORE and continue with the picketing and sitting in, after a year being there, Joyce Taylor, who was one of the first people to sit in at Woolworths and McCrory's along with Jerome Smith, was the secretary, and she left. And for some reason, they made me secretary. I didn't want that job.
Well, they needed you. And you were there.
And yeah, I did it. And we picketed. Then when Rudy Lombard on September 17th, I think it was, and another group of people, Aretha Castle, Cecil Carter, Lanny Goldfinch, was that it? Sent in at McQuarries and were arrested, Rudy decided that they should stay in jail and not come out on bail. That case went all the way to the Supreme Court, and they won the case. Then, I don't know where they were, but Thomas Gaither and Gordon Carey, member of National Corps, decided that it was time that Corps did another ride. And they are the ones who coined the term Freedom Ride. Because the first ride they did in 1947 was called The Journey of Reconciliation. Do you know why that was done?
No.
No.
Do you know of Irene Morgan?
No.
She was one of the first people to sit on a bus and refuse to move. Rosa Parks was not the first. There were 3 people before Rosa Parks, but we never hear that. And one right there in Baton Rouge.
And that was Irene Morgan?
No.
That was
Irene Morgan was from, where she was? No, she went to Virginia. I forget where she was. Well, anyway, she had went on a visit to Virginia. And on the way back to, I'm 80.
It's all right.
No,
That's
we're
all
good. No,
And
it's
I
okay.
keep
It's
having.
perfect time.
That's
That's the
perfect.
Lord know,
Yes,
because
we
the
gotta
Lord
take
listens
this.
to the front porch all the time, so we know when we need to take a break.
Yes.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Because we got to take this quick break right now and do a little business. Y'all are tuned into the Front Porch. WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay, y'all. We're going to take this quick break, and we're going to continue this conversation on the other side of it.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A new Senate poll shows Democrat James Tallarico surging ahead of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, though analysts note the survey is small with a wide margin of error. Here's Southern Methodist University political analyst Cal Gilson.
These early polls mean that this is a close race and they both need to run like hell.
The poll also shows both Democrats losing to a Republican in November, with incumbent Senator John Cornyn winning the widest margin. The father of former Nickelodeon star Kiana Underwood is devastated, saying he's heartbroken that no one stopped to help his daughter in her final moments after she was hit by 2 cars that fled the scene. In a now-deleted Facebook post, Anthony Underwood remembered her as a loving, joyful spirit taken too soon. And Danity Kane's Aubrey O'Day says she's concerned about Sean Diddy Combs' eventual release from prison, telling Variety she doubts his sentence is long enough for real change. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
And we got plenty of time. Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
And that's Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here on this hump day, middle of the week, y'all. Thank you for rolling with us as we move into the second hour of today's broadcast of the Front Porch, continuing from the idyllic campus of Xavier University, from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the address. Or normally you could hit us up on the talk line, but we got company today, y'all. We have flipped the script. We would normally be out at the Historic New Orleans Collection, but guess what? The Historic New Orleans Collection
has come to us. Yes.
Live right here on the Front Porch, continuing our stories, or the stories and listening to, being fascinated by the stories of Miss Dodie Smith Simmons, and talking about beyond what everybody knows. That's what I love
Beyond
about
the page.
this. This is,
Yeah.
and of course Amanda's here, because Amanda's we can't do it at HNOC without Amanda. But these stories are fascinating because you're here and you're remembering the things that were historical, but not at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You were just,
Right.
you not at the time, you was just a young 15, 16, 17-year-old in the early civil rights movement, and the parts of New Orleans that was all connected, the Golden Pheasant and the jukebox and the whole nine. It's beautiful. You were just talking about Irene Morgan, who was the first one to refuse to give up her seat on the bus before Sister Rosa Parks did, and the several people prior
in
to
between
her, in between, who did that. So please continue that if you would.
No, Irene Morgan, like I say, she refused to give up her seat. When she got on the bus in Virginia, the bus was crowded, so she was standing.
Mm-hmm.
When they made their first stop, some people got off. She and another black lady took the two seats. The people that got off were white.
Mm-hmm.
When some white people got on, the driver told her to get up and give the seats to them. The other lady did, but Irene didn't. She said, I paid my money like everybody else. Driver got off. Next thing you know, the police on the bus. Told her to move. She refused. He grabbed her by the arm. Irene say, "Don't touch me." He got off the bus because she looked serious. Another policeman came on, grabbed her by the arm. She kicked him in the private part.
Yes. Hello, Irene.
So they took her off the bus and arrested her and charged her with assault.
Of an
what was the
officer?
other charge? Oh, she's not here anymore. And refusing. Refusing to move on or something like that. So it went all the way to the court, and the NAACP handled that case, and she won it.
Yes.
She agreed to the other charge, but the assault charge she refused.
Yes.
She said, "I told him, don't touch me," and he touched me.
Fair enough.
She won the case in the Supreme Court, and that's when court in 1947 decided to do their first ride called the Journey of Reconciliation. That did not go into the Deep South like the one that happened in 61. So 1961 come around. They Carrie and there you go again. Well, anyway, had convinced the organization to do this ride and called the Freedom Ride. Well, they were going to go from Washington, D.C. on May 4th and wind up in New Orleans on May 17th with a banquet at Dookie Chase Restaurant. You didn't know that, did you?
Yes,
Did
indeed.
not.
Yes, indeed.
And New Orleans Corps helped coordinate that. Jerome Smith and Julia Aaron had signed up to go. They were supposed to be on that bus on May 4th, but they were not. While we were picketing on Canal Street in front of Ward's and McCrory's, the police only allowed us 4 picketers, 2 in the front and of each store. When we realized that blacks were going into the back door, we decided to put picketers in the back, which was not allowed. So Jerome, Julia, Dave Dennis, Doris Casa, because I say Julia Aaron already, didn't I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And were arrested.
For picking on the
On the other side.
Yeah,
not
because
being
we
in
were
front.
only allowed 4 picketers.
Wow.
So we had 8 picketers. And when they were supposed to leave for Washington, they were in jail. So that's why Julia and Jerome was not on that first ride.
Wow.
And I wanted to go so they didn't make the ride. So the bus leave, 2 buses, a Greyhound and a Trailway. One bus got bombed in Anderson, Alabama. The other bus, the riders was beaten in Birmingham, Alabama. You notice I say Birmingham.
Birmingham, that's what they call it. Birmingham, yes indeed.
And so the ride was called off. One of the Thompson sisters called me and said, "Meet me at Freedom House." Freedom House was Virgie and Johnny Castle's house. Aretha and Doris's parents.
Yes.
Virgie worked at Dookie Chase as a barmaid. Johnny B was a longshoreman and at night drove Ed's cab.
Yes, indeed.
And they opened up their house to everybody because when the first ride was called off, people came to New Orleans. Xavier put up some of the people at St. Mike's Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
No.
No.
So see, Xavier has always been a part. Norman Francis, we knew for a long time before he became president. And other people stayed at the castle's house, at the attorney's house, Collins, Douglas, and Eli. And so when we arrived at the castle's house, 917 North Tonti Street, I was about to say, what y'all doing here? That we could come to continue the ride. She said, y'all ain't going nowhere? I looked at her like she was crazy. What do you mean we ain't got? She say, there are people who need medical help. We got to find housing for people. We got to get food for them. We need transportation. So that's what we wound up doing. We didn't go nowhere. But see, we were young and ready for action.
Yes, yes.
And we didn't think about the important stuff. We just felt that we couldn't let this ride stop.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then people from SNCC, or from the Nashville movement at the time, got involved.
Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no one ever had the least idea that over 400 people would wind up going on the ride.
And this was after the buses got bombed.
Yes.
They kept it up.
Yeah.
Kept on going. Wow.
And so I signed up to go. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna be a trainer. He's Dodie Smith, 17 years old, training people in a nonviolent technique.
You taught nonviolent resistance, ways to do what you needed to do without fighting back. How was that to do?
Well, we had workshops at New Zion Baptist Church.
In the fellowship hall.
And when people would come, they would go through the training session. We would do to them what the Klan was going to do to them.
Mm-hmm.
When I slap you, I didn't do this. I slap you.
Yeah, wow.
I knock you off the stool. I call you names. If you were white, I call you a nigger lover. I didn't smoke, but people who smoke blew smoke in their face. And these are some of the tactics that you had to be aware of that could happen to you.
That what was coming.
Yes.
To be prepared
So
for.
if you couldn't adhere to that, you can pack your bags and go back to wherever you came from.
Appreciate you, but you're not ready for this.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very few people. I don't remember any from our area. In fact, I just read somewhere Dave Dennis say 50%, but I calculated that 40% of the people who went to jail in Jackson, Mississippi, were either from New Orleans Corps or trained by New Orleans Corps.
Wow. Wow.
At 17.
At 17.
How was what Miss Smith was saying about all this? Because you were still a young
kid,
woman,
yeah.
a young girl, and you
I was
were
a young girl.
literally putting your life on the line. How was what were you?
How was that
supportive?
received?
Well, my mom, like I said earlier, didn't think I should join Corps.
Yeah.
She said the minute somebody look at you the wrong way, they got a fight on their hands.
She knew her job.
And she was right, but I was trained by, I had to go through training.
Yes.
To join Corps, you just didn't join.
You had to be trained.
Just what I did to the people that was going on the Freedom Ride, they did that to me.
They did that to you.
And you withstood that, so yes. What a journey.
This
But
is
we
a
have
great
to,
journey.
I know you want to talk more about it, but I want to talk about the exhibit some more.
We are.
Okay, we're doing just this. Yeah.
Invite me back again, and we could talk.
Certainly open invitation. We normally say it, but you can get that invitation early.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, open invitation.
Anytime. You tuned into the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. We're going to continue this wonderful conversation. Historic New Orleans collection, the Trail They Blaze. And you're talking to one of the trailblazers right here. So stay and stay. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at today's headlines. A man is behind bars this morning, booked on more than a dozen counts of arson. Records obtained by WDSU show the man faces 13 counts of aggravated and simple arson. This is the New Orleans Police Department investigates a string of vehicle fires and a house fire that they say were set intentionally in the Bywater Monday morning. We are working to confirm if the suspect is connected to those fires. And New Orleans police are still on the hunt for the shooter wanted for gunning down a 19-year-old and injuring 3 tourists inside Dookie Chase. It's a shooting that forced the famed restaurant to close for several days. But a bit of good news, the restaurant reopened yesterday. At lunchtime, we watched Mayor Helena Moreno and other local leaders dine at the restaurant. There was also a security guard posted outside the front door as customers returned. Then happening today, the mother of the 12-year-old boy who wandered away from his home and was later found dead will be in court. Hilda Vasquez is scheduled for a discovery hearing. This comes after a judge ordered her to be held without bond, citing concerns for the welfare of her 3 children. Vasquez is facing 1 count of second-degree cruelty to a juvenile and negligent homicide in connection to her son Brian Vasquez's death. And that is a look at today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU News. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Imani Godan, founder of GoDance. GoDance is a nonprofit interdisciplinary dance organization rooted in New Orleans, providing access to dance education and sustainable, wellness-centered art practices. Right now, you can be a part of this work by participating in our Key to Your Heart house raffle. Our programs are open, inclusive, and community-centered, supporting artists, students, and creatives at every stage. Your involvement helps expand access, education, and opportunity for artists of all ages. To learn more and get involved, visit GoDance, GAUDANSE.org.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Losing a loved one is tough enough. Do you really want your family dealing with court battles and paperwork on top of it?
Whether you choose a will or a trust, think ahead. Take care of your family. Let them focus on healing instead of headaches. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Hey, this is Jay Boogie wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Blues Buffet at 1230 a.m. WBOK.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 a.m. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 a.m.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch. WBOK. I'm your host, Braylon Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
The Jared's on the other side of the glass, y'all, right here on this bad churn Wednesday. Historic New Orleans Collection. We are here with Amanda Friends right here, and also Dorotha.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Correct. I'm shocked that you got it right on the first try.
Come on now.
He was
Come
not
on now.
going
I was
to
not going to play with you, not twice.
Land
That
it.
is right. Miss Dorotha Dodie Smith Simmons, who is, of course, a civil rights trailblazer, a legend, an icon, and we are sitting here catching up on all of this tea and everything.
all of the good
stuff.
pieces, like your margin notes, like those
Yes.
little accent pieces, like yes, but let me connect the dots for you a little more. And I'm so grateful that we are always front row for these conversations.
For
But
history.
yes,
For history. We were talking about
Well,
the exhibit. Don't forget.
You know, I've taken up so much of the time talking about other things.
No, ma'am.
And
No, you didn't.
No. Listen to you, Elder.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to talk about the exhibit that's going on at the Historic New Orleans Collection, because I think it's very important that not only black people, people
yes,
of all colors, need to go and see the exhibit to see what we had to go through for people of your generation to know how they got to where they are today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And like I say to Eric, who's not here today because he's ill, and I hope you feel better, Eric.
Shouts out to Eric Steve, our
Yes,
good friend.
our good
Feel
friend
better,
who
man.
joins us all the time. But thank you
That's right.
for managing yourself and being
feel
safe.
better.
Yes, thank you.
But there's so many other stories. What I was asked by Eric to be a part of the group to meet with people from the Historic New Orleans Collection to talk about doing this exhibit. I say to Eric, it's about time.
I know that's right.
And I also say to him, but as my dad would say, better late than never.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
So I'm grateful for the Historic New Orleans Collection putting this exhibit together. I only wish that it would run longer and that we could add on to take stuff out and put new stuff in. But I'm grateful for them giving it a year's run on Wall Street.
And so are we.
Yes, absolutely.
We've been here, I think, since the beginning, close
You
to
have.
the beginning.
You've been great partners getting the word out.
Yeah.
Obviously, as you mentioned, we want more people to be able to come down to
Definitely.
the museum. We're at 520 Royal. We run field trips. We have a bus program. We want kids to come and learn. You've been able to be in the gallery a few times and meet people. We've had
Yes.
Dr. Tate drop in.
Yes.
A few of the other trailblazers. We do have programs. If people go to hnoc.org, they can learn about the programs that we have. But we really just want everybody to take the time to come down and walk the exhibition, learn about the stories. As we're learning today, the exhibition is just really the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
It's really the beginning
Yes.
of the story of research. But the collection's a museum, but it's also a research center. So we want people to know also you can go to hnoc.org and hear even more of the oral histories from many trailblazers from this. We couldn't put everything together in one place. But one really interesting thing about the exhibition is as you come through, you can press buttons and actually hear people's voices.
Right. It's interactive.
It's their actual, histories that they're giving. We've got great photography, but people can do their own research with us as well. And so we hope that people will continue to tell the story, learn, but that if other people have, opportunities to continue with this, I think it would be wonderful if we could keep it open and keep adding to it. But the only way that we really can do that is with the website and with, the archives. So.
And if there's just an outcry of the public that wants to continue to come,
Things can happen.
Y'all can make a difference.
Yeah,
You
things
have
can
that
happen.
power. You do have that power. It is a beautiful thing to see that exhibit. Amanda and the whole crew down at the Historic New Orleans Collection have done a yeoman's job in putting this together. And I think it's a decade or so in the making. This didn't happen yesterday. This has been more than a decade in the making with the oral histories and the talk. We've lost some soldiers along the way, but their stories are here and continuing.
Speaking of losing a soldier,
yes, ma'am.
On Sunday, one of New Orleans Corps members, Betty Daniels Rosemont, passed after a long illness.
Rest in power.
And she was the young lady who, when we did the test ride, we went from New Orleans to Mobile, Alabama, and on the way back, stopped in Poplarville. And that wasn't one of the testing because in Hattiesburg we tested. We successfully used the restroom and the water fountain.
Okay.
Then was told by the police to move on. We weren't supposed to do anything in Poplarville. They didn't have a station, just what we call a sweet shop,
Right.
with a Coke machine on the outside. And when Alice and Patricia Smith went to get a Coke out, they were arrested by Sheriff B.F. Orr. When we did these test rides, we had one observer and two testers.
Okay.
Pat and Alice was the testers. Frank Nelson was the observer. He was a freedom rider from New York, a white freedom rider from New York, who, when he got out of jail in Mississippi, came to New Orleans and stayed in New Orleans for a while and worked with New Orleans Corps. So when he got off the bus to find out what was going on, he was grabbed around the neck and also arrested. Betty, who was the observer in my group, got off the bus and hid in a telephone booth. When the bus driver got back on, Klansmen were looking for her. And he said to two of the guys who was looking on the bus, one of them niggers got off the bus. So they went looking for her. And there was an elderly black man. I don't know if he worked at this service station where we were parked by. Saw Betty go into the telephone booth. And got in his car. He made some excuse that he had to go home. Pull up alongside the boot, told Betty, opened the back door, to crawl into the car and stay on flat on the floor. His intentions were to take her to the highway and let her off. But he said as he was going along, he was praying and to ask God for guidance. And he just couldn't let her off. He drove her all the way back home to Freedom House, 917 North 20.
From Poplarville.
From Poplarville.
Mississippi. Wow.
So
I'm just curious.
You know,
they went
these
to get
are
a
faith.
coke.
That's
They went to get a coke, and they were arrested
My
because
God.
it wasn't. They didn't go in anywhere. I'm just
they just
picturing what you're
touched.
saying.
Yeah.
Is that the coke machine is outside. It's a
Yes.
sweet shop. So they went to go and get from a vending machine a soda, and was arrested for attempting to get the coke or just violating. Was it marked? Was it white only? Or was it just a sweet
It
shop?
just
You just go get a
assumed.
coke, and you should know.
I don't know.
That is so crazy.
Like we weren't even supposed to test there. And I'm
Y'all
sure
was literally just stopping to get.
I'm sure it was Alice who, because those Thompson sisters, none of them weighed over 93 pounds.
Yes, indeed.
But
full of fight.
Yes, indeed.
They came with a business.
Wow.
And Dave Dennis once said he always hoped and prayed that those Thompson sisters was not on some of the things he was on, because he knew he was going to jail.
Be a humbug. He was gonna be a humbug.
Sisters did not play,
and speaking of Betty, I spoke to, because when Don Hubbard, hey Don Hubbard,
where you at? Don Hubbard.
Hey,
Yes,
I
indeed.
have a funny story to tell about Don Hubbard.
Please.
I know he's listening because he is a
fan of the
long
Front
time
Porch.
listener
Yes,
of
ma'am.
WBOK.
Yes, ma'am.
We were doing a demonstration at the Roosevelt Hotel. Don always said he couldn't go to jail because he had a wife and kids and a $40 a week job parking cars. So during this demonstration, the parking lot where he worked was near. So he was standing there just to observe what was going on. And we were back and forth with our picket sign. The policeman came up to Don and told him to move on. He said he wasn't doing anything. When they arrested Don, all the picket sign went out. We were laughing.
Yikes. Yikes.
That's terrible.
Who couldn't go to jail but Don?
Wow. The only one that wasn't protesting.
No one.
He wasn't a part of it.
And we just laughed. And I say, it's not funny, but.
But it just go to show you.
Yes,
the irony
indeed.
in it. Yes, indeed.
So, Don, I couldn't let that pass.
My goodness
That is
gracious.
funny. That is funny. And it is when I hear you and when I hear Don Hubbard and when I hear the other folks like yourself who've been here, the humor that comes through.
Right.
You laugh about it, but I know it wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't funny, but I get it. I get
Yeah.
it why you laugh, because now you can. But at the time, it is amazing.
Oh, but it was funny at the time.
It was.
Yes. It's still
Because
funny now.
the picket signs we normally have was on a stick.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, we didn't have it just on cardboard. And not only me, when we saw Don get arrested, and we were laughing.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
terrible.
But it's
That's
funny.
terrible.
Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
Because we would not have gotten that story ever. I don't think he would have told us that story.
Yeah, he probably in a different way, a little more colorful if I do it down up. It had a little more color.
Yes,
but
indeed.
You were also telling the story, and we had to take a break before when you were talking about when Jerome got beat up. And
well, that
he
was
told you
in
to call in
Macomb.
Macomb, Mississippi. And
Yeah.
you were saying that, he told you to call.
Yeah, and like I say, after Dr. James Anderson treated all of us, there was 5 of us: Alice Thompson, George Raymond, Thomas Valentine, myself, and we were the testers, and Jerome was the observer. The observer at no time had anything to do with us, set apart from us. When we got to Macomb, it was closed. Say there was a gas leak. We went to the colored section, to the White Castle Hotel and Cafe. Around noon, we went back to the bus terminal on Canal Street. And Jerome got off the bus first. When he got to the door of the terminal, there was an elderly white man pushing against the door to keep him from coming in. When some white person inside needed to get out, he moved. And that's how Jerome got in. And Jerome told us that when the man came out, he said good morning to him. After Jerome had been in about a minute or two, the 4 of us got off, went into the terminal, went to the lunch counter, sat. George Raymond said to the waitress, "May I have a cup of coffee, please?" The manager come out ranting and raving. "Greyhound does not own this terminal. Please leave." George said again, "May I have a cup of coffee?" Young white Macomb citizen went over to the coffee maker, got a cup, and there was these thick cups that they used back then. Poured a cup of hot coffee in the car. Walked behind George Raymond, poured the coffee over George's head, and hit him in the back of the neck with the coffee cup. At that point, the first time Jerome ever made contact with us, he motioned for Alice and I to go sit in the waiting room. When the young thugs in the terminal saw this, they started beating on Jerome. Being trained, Jerome cupped his hand behind his neck, dropped to the ground in the fetal position, and they kicked him in the head, beat him with brass knuckles, and he suffered from that beating to this day. And Tom Valentine was just a little short guy, 5-something, small, picked him up off the stool, lifted him up into the air, threw him on the ground, and he bounced up like a rubber ball. They kept throwing him to the ground. George Raymond, they came after him. The lunch counter about this high with a glass partition about a foot. George jumped over that glass. I never seen anything like that. The whites ran around to go back. By the time they got back there, George has jumped over on the other side. This went all. And if you go to the historic New Orleans collection exhibit, you will see the notes that I was taking When we did these test rides, we always made notes of what was the sign up. Was it up in the bus, the terminal? Were you able to go use the restroom, the water fountain, this and that? And so I was writing what was going on and watching, singing in my head, we are not afraid. We are not, excuse me, and writing. I don't know at what point, I never saw Jerome go out of the terminal. I saw George Raymond leave, and I saw Tom Valentine back. So Alice looked at me and said, we better get out of here. On the way out, the guy who beat Jerome with the brass knuckles kicked Alice and myself. Was kicked in the back. The crowd outside, kill the niggers, kill the niggers. Where does this hate come from?
Still a day.
So we're running. I don't know what happened to Alice and George, but we're running. Jerome is in front of me. I looked around. There was Tom Valentine trying to get into a black taxi cab, was pulled out, thrown to the ground, kicked in his head and body parts. I looked around. Black man drove up in a pickup truck, told Jerome to jump in. Jerome did. He jumped in the car. Then I was alone. Collectively, I have never, ever been afraid. At that point, I was very afraid.
Yeah. Wow.
Didn't know a soul in Macomb, Mississippi. Even though I was born in Mississippi, I left Mississippi when I was 2 and moved to New Orleans. So I've been in New Orleans 80 years. And so I'm running, being chased. When we got there, never saw one policeman, never saw one black person. They were told to stay home. People was told to stay home. So I'm running. Something told me to run back toward the terminal, which I think of today was a foolish thing they did, but it was the best thing that happened. When I got to the color section of the terminal, it's a bunch of black people who encircled me. It's because of these black people I owe my life to today. Because otherwise, at the age of 18 and a half, DeRotha Dodie Smith would have been dead.
And that was just the people who were in the colored section in the bus terminal who
Yes.
gathered
Who-
and protected you.
Yes.
Just regular people. You don't know who they are. To
I
this
don't
day have
know
no,
who
but
they
then
are.
you owe your
You
life
look
to
in
'em.
trouble. Let's help.
And I say to myself, Dodie, you're going to stand in this crowd, calm yourself down, and walk out of this crowd, walk up the hill like you're going to clean Miss Ann's kitchen, and when you're out of sight, run like hell. And that's exactly what I did.
We're going to take this break, y'all. DeRotha Dodie Simmons.
Yeah.
Listen, We got to take this quick break. You tuned into the Front Porch. WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about.
All day
Stick
long.
and stay, y'all. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
Hi, I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
My wife was frying okra. She's from Mississippi, so that's her favorite thing to do. She left the burner on high, and it didn't take long to ignite. So I ran to the stove, grabbed the pot, and that's when I got burned from a grease fire. And yes, the pain was, it was bad. Oh, Blue Cross treated me great with the recovery process. On the financial side, it would be expensive without Blue Cross. And that's what I was worrying about because I was out of work for 3 months. I'm Chad. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I had Blue Cross for 10 years. I don't eat fried okra. That's the funniest story.
Louisiana Blue. The right card, the right care.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping Seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Braylon Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And Jared is on the other side of the glass, y'all. We are back here with our friends from the Historic New Orleans Collection, recounting history and from the eyes and through the view of someone who was there, who lived it. Miss Dodie Simmons, thank you for that. I know that was not easy. I was sitting on this side looking at you, and you left us for a little while. You were back there where you were, and I could see it, and I know that's not easy. I just want to tell you thank you for sharing that, not just with us, but with all our listeners and your life for doing what you do. And I know you've been given a lot of things, but I can see right there that going back to that time is not an easy trip by any stretch. And I just want to tell you we appreciate you doing that.
And like I was saying, we haven't been treated for anything. And I do have these flashbacks.
You got PTSD. It's for real.
Yeah, for sure.
You were in a war. Yes, ma'am.
None of us have. And I think of Jerome all the time. And George Raymond before he passed. George Raymond was my age. We were the youngsters. He was born January 1st, 1943. Shirley Thompson was born May 5th, 1943. I was born May 30th, 1943. And Pat, I don't know the date, but she's born November. She's the youngest of the group. We were the babies. And Don told me yesterday that I was now a grown-up. Thank you, Don.
You've arrived officially.
I have arrived.
There you go.
But you will always be my elder.
Nope. Well, there's that. Yes.
Absolutely.
If you are interested in getting not just information and hearing the stories, your notes are available
at the
Historic New Orleans Collection.
Not only from Macomb, there's I think 3 others that we did, and if you go there, you will see. I'm trying to think what is on. Is there a flyer there?
Sure, there is, and there's on display.
No, because I was going to say on that flyer, you could see Jerome running and me behind him, and further down, you could see Thomas Valentine on the ground. The cab is there, and they're beating him.
And there are your extemporaneous notes. You were
the secretary.
What you were feeling, the secretary. At the time this was happening. It doesn't get any closer than that.
Yeah,
it does not get any closer than that.
But even though it was a horrific time, I would not have changed anything.
I see.
Because my dad I'm always quoting my dad. My dad was born in Lexington, Mississippi. My mom was from Benton, Mississippi. My dad has a 3rd grade education. He had to leave school at 3 to work the fields. They were not sharecroppers. They were landowners. We still own the land. Both my mom and my dad had property that they inherited from their parents. Well, my dad brought his from his father. And there is not a lot of land owned by blacks in Mississippi these days.
No. Yeah. But they are the 3rd of the populace of Mississippi.
Yes.
Which you're starting to see some changes. Looks like Mississippi is turning a little purple. It ain't as red as it was.
People don't like fascism.
People are tired of being mishandled.
A cousin in Lexington is looking at the property, And he say white people come in there wanting to buy the land. He say I don't own it. My uncle owns it. And we would never sell it.
No, I hope not. I hope not.
I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but I told my sisters and brothers we gotta do something because the young family members, they don't know. They never. A lot of them never been there.
Mm-hmm. No connection.
Yeah, this year we've had, but we haven't. Last year we had a family reunion here. This year it'll be in Ridgeland, Mississippi.
Okay.
But
what part of Mississippi is that?
Part?
What part of Mississippi is Ridgeland?
It's right outside of Jackson.
Right outside of Jackson. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right.
Less than an hour drive from Jackson.
Okay. All right.
But people got to get down to see the exhibit before it leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Because.
Oh, yeah.
When we were in school, people like Mr. Wright, when I was in elementary school, and in high school, I graduated in the second class at George Washington Carver.
All right.
Go Rams.
Yes. Who came up with that? Who that? That's who that came from Carver.
Yeah, all right. All right. That's, you better give us the origin.
Way back in the day.
Way back
yes,
in the
indeed.
day.
You gotta love it.
Hold that who that historical thought right there, y'all. We got to take this quick break. You are listening to the Front Porch, and thank you for doing so. This WBOK, y'all, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere. We're going to be here on the other side of the break.
Whew.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Governor Greg Abbott is the biggest money man in Texas politics with more than $105 million in his campaign war chest. Republican strategist Bill Miller expects him to spread that cash around before the midterms.
He knows if he's opening his checkbook, it'll be gone pretty quickly.
He says the governor has his eyes on Houston, which he wants to turn dark red. Fiery speeches marked MLK Day in New York, where a dozen politicians at the National Action Network linked Dr. King's legacy to what they call abuses of power today. Mayor Zohran Mamdani condemned ICE, and Reverend Al Sharpton warned, "We don't know if we're next after Minneapolis." And a judge has ruled that Jay-Z can recover nearly $120,000 in attorney fees after the long-running paternity case against him was dismissed. The claim, alleging he fathered Raimir Satterwhite in the 90s, was one he always denied. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. The Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Bank.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Jared's on the other side of the glass, y'all. Thank you so much for rolling with us as we move into this third and final hour of today's episode of the Front Porch, continuing our broadcast from the historic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the address, or you can hit us up on the talk line, 504-582-9422. The historic New Orleans collection has come to visit us on the Front Porch today, and we are so
absolutely
grateful for this.
Grateful.
Wonderful conversation that we have been having. You can get all the information about the Trail They Blaze at hnoc.org.
Yes.
All of the programs, all of the field trips, all of the events that happen as a part of Historic New Orleans Collection is going on. Ms. Doty wants this exhibit to keep going.
Yes.
And that could probably happen if all of a sudden all of y'all just started
went.
going down.
Yes.
And guess how much it costs to go?
$3.
Nothing.
$3.
Free.
$3
It don't
and
cost
0
nothing,
cents.
but the attention that you give it and the response that you would give is going to be a big part of whether or not it can or cannot stay. Schedules have been made, commitments have been made, but you never know. Show some love. Come down to 520 Royal Street. Come and see this exhibit. Take some time. Walk through here. Listen to the voices. Look at the pictures. Find out about the history. Share it with those who are around you, both young and old, because everybody needs to know this. And you have consented, Miss Doty, to take a couple of phone calls. We're going to go right here. Folks have been trying to get here.
And get through, yes.
Good morning, Brother Salim. How are you?
Super fantastic, SMP, super maximum productive. The God, the Creator is the greatest.
Amen.
So, hey, I've been listening to the show. I really appreciate it, and I want to share a brief statement concerning the value of the front porch.
Yes, sir.
It's called occupying the front porch in order to move forth. Occupying the front porch in order to move forth. Reinforcing the sturdiness of each and every chair. Reading while sitting, gaining knowledge to spare. So many people visiting the front porch. Minds of intelligence lit up like a torch. Sharing ideas and strategies for the future of our youth. Swinging and singing with lyrics to produce. Yes, indeed. Gathering with wisdom, determined to advance. Bobby, Joanne, Hassan, Mary, and Lance. Prioritizing the front porch. Safe, sound, and secure. Functioning on WBOK for all people to endure. Along with having fun, progress is the key. On the front porch, shining, sharing love the way it must be. Decorating the front porch with knowledge profound. Braylon and Kim making the occasion absolutely sound. Explaining what it means to study and learn. In the race of competition, flexible and firm. And so it is each day as we commit to move forth. blessed by the Creator to honor the front porch. Thank you.
Thank you,
Oh,
Brother
Salim.
Salim.
Thank you so much, man. We
Oh, that was
appreciate
great.
you. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed.
Gotta love that.
Gotta
That's
love
you.
that.
That's Miss Doty
You've been
inspiring
inspired the people to
poetry.
write. Yeah.
Coming on the front porch and making it happen.
Yes,
I tell
indeed.
you, what is it, madam, that you would like to tell the folks out here? I know we coming up toward the end of your time here on the front porch with us, but not for this time, because she's gonna be back.
She's gonna be back.
You can bet your last money on that.
Yes.
But you have regaled us with so many stories, so much insight. What is it that you'd like to leave our audience with today?
I would like to say to you, get involved. Age doesn't matter.
Amen.
You could be young, you could be middle-aged, or you could be like me. But I never give up.
Amen.
I'm still fighting the good fight because I know that somebody has to do it. Like my dad say, if you want something to be done, don't sit around waiting for others to do it. Do it yourself.
That's right.
And that's what I have always done. Did it myself. And tried to encourage others to do the same.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so grateful that you listened to your spirit and that you listened to the call, because you sharing us your life being literally at risk. That one going the wrong way or taking too long could have landed somewhere else. And I'm grateful that you being obedient to the spirit that was telling you to move has provided the opportunities to people to see the disparities that we're still having a conversation about, but to let others know 17, 15, not too young to get involved.
No.
But 70 is not too late to stay involved.
And there have been other kids. We had, when we did the demonstration at the Lower State Theater, we had 2 13-year-olds who, because they were with us, brought another charge on us, contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
That was at the circling the ticket
At
booth
the ticket booth.
Lower
Yes.
State. Yes.
Linda Diane Smith, who's a cousin of the Castles and lived next door, and Marion Bridges.
Wow.
13 years old and they got you
And they were in.
charge.
No, we got charged.
They got
right.
They got
y'all
another charge for them
delinquent.
for them willing to be outside
Yes.
and to support a
Yes.
cause that impacts them. They're too young, and this is what bothers me about telling us that white children are too sensitive to hear all of the things that really actually happen, but a 13-year-old or the 15-year-old or 17-year-old wasn't too young to endure it. We really, really, you know what I'm saying? We're still having that conversation right now. The person who was at the helm of the country basically said civil rights was an issue because it made white people feel uncomfortable. Feel uncomfortable? Were you beaten? Were you starved?
Exactly.
Were you sprayed with water? Like, are you kidding me? We're not. Y'all are not okay.
Reverend Dr. V.P. Franklin, who at some point taught here at Xavier, he had an exhibit here at Xavier, wrote a book about the young people all over involved, and there were kids younger than 13 called The Young Crusaders. So if you happen to run across a book, pick it up and read it, because it showed, just like in Plaquemine, Louisiana, where the sheriff on horseback ran through the crowd, a lot of young kids
Children.
putting cattle prods to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There was a little 9-year-old kid in Mississippi, Gene Young, who, when Jerome was in jail in Mississippi, organized a group of his classmates to go down to the jailhouse and get Jerome out.
Wow.
9 years old. So you're never too young.
Mm-hmm.
Never to see injustice and to do something about it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you always raised right. I got to listen. Let me tell you something. The fight that was instilled in you because you knew it had to be right is right and wrong is wrong. It was a very simple concept, and you all had the courage to stand up to do it.
People always say, you're the hero. I say, no.
Right.
The people like the crowd in Macomb that encircle me, Dr. James Anderson, they live in those communities.
Mm-hmm.
I got on the bus after hailing it down on the highway, got back to New Orleans, and was safe in my community.
Mm-hmm.
Those people have to live there every day. They put their lives in jeopardy.
Yes.
For something that they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But they saw a need to help someone.
That's right. That's right.
They are the heroes.
Y'all
are the heroes,
Y'all.
yes, because you gotta loop you in.
You
You can't leave you out. Can't leave you out.
Y'all are the heroes in that, and I appreciate you saying that because you had to always look at that as that photo, that famous photo of Dr. King at the March on Washington, where you see him and you see that crowd going all up.
I was
him.
there.
You were there. See, that's what I said. It's one thing to look at Dr. King, but the heroes, all them people who can't see their faces, that crowd that went from the
Well, I want to say this about the March on Washington.
Yes, ma'am.
If it wasn't for New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson,
yes, ma'am.
That's right.
You would not have heard that. The speech that he had prepared for the March on Washington.
That's right.
You can go to the Armistad Research Center. They have a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a speech he had given several times before. And the speech that he was given then was lackluster.
Yeah. What she said.
Yeah. And
what she said, Ms.
then
Jordan.
she say, tell him about the dream, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him about the dream.
That's right. Mahalia Jackson.
And Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia
I always
Jackson.
say Mahalia Jackson made Martin Luther King.
Come on now. Because she's the one
who gave him.
He was doing what politicians do.
Uh-huh.
Doing the same speech, hitting the same sports. Not a bad thing. It's just talking about what he was doing. But on that day,
make it
our own from right back there in Black Pearl.
But before we go, I got to say this. And while King was giving his speech, I had a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, while you're dreaming, I'm having nightmares. I couldn't get into that dreaming because James Farmer, Ronnie Moore, and others were in jail for demonstrating in Plaquemine,
Louisiana.
Plaquemine Parish. And King tried to get him out. And he said, if you get me out, you got to get the rest of them out.
Mm-hmm.
But they only want to get him out. So if you say, if they're not coming out, I'm not coming out.
Yes, indeed.
And King really wanted him to be there.
Yes.
Because he was supposed to be the one to introduce.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, Martin Luther King came along in the 50s. Before James Farmer helped organize CORE in 1942, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was a member of a group called FOR, the Federation of Reconciliation, which was a Quaker group.
That was Rustin.
Yeah,
Was
Ben
it
Rustin was
Bayon
also.
Rustin
We
was
just
also-
talked
he was
about
a
him
Quaker.
Yes.
He was part of that group.
Yes.
Talking
Yes.
about Bayon Rustin. Absolutely. Well,
So-
madam, we've run out of time, unfortunately.
Well, invite me back
no,
again.
You are invited back.
You are invited back. Please,
Please.
consider this an open invitation. We want you back, especially during February, but every day, because
when
we
you're
do
available, please.
history on this front porch every day. And we would love to have you back to fill in some more of those blanks, to hear your recollections, and just to regale us with the life that you've been so blessed to live. And well, again, thank you.
Because you brought up Matt Suarez.
Yes, ma'am.
And another one of my heroes.
Yes, ma'am.
The quick story that Jerome tell. Matt was the driver. He not only did he drive, he went through Mississippi organizing different. He organized Meridian, then Rita and Mickey Schwerner came and took over. Then he went to Neshoba County and did other stuff. And well, you know, Jerome don't drive.
Mm-hmm.
When he was in what was this town? Seo Chin is from Canton.
Okay.
There's only one way in and one way out of Canton. And when you're in Mississippi or other Southern, and you're being chased by the sheriff / clan,
Yeah.
you don't stop. Flicky always say, had he been driving that car, those 3 guys wouldn't be dead today. But he was stuck in Ohio. But Jerome told the story about they were being chased by the sheriff, and Matt was turning on 2 wheels. He said, "Man, let me out. I'd rather take my chances with the clan."
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
Shout out to all our heroes right here, y'all, locally.
Yes.
That made history, that are still making history. Doratha, Doty, Simmons, Smith. Thank you so
No,
much. For
it's Smith
everything.
Simmons.
Smith Simmons. I'm
Smith
sorry.
Simmons, yeah.
Dyslexia. Thank you so much for
Thank you
everything and for coming here and
thank
talking
you
to us.
and the Historic New Orleans Collection
Yes.
Yes.
for having me today. Please go down and see the exhibit. If you have a group, call Chantel and I'll come. She's at the historic. She's
right.
the educational specialist at the Historic New Orleans Collection, and I'll come out to lead you through the tour. I'm going to be there next week. I forget the date. The Sierra Club from California is coming
wow.
down, and I will be there to lead the tour.
Yes, indeed.
So
y'all can get you some
Y'all
Miss
can get-
Doty
yes,
too. You're
there
right
you
here.
go.
Look, you don't have to come all the way from California.
You don't have to travel. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
I love
Y'all,
it.
Thank you so much. We're going to be coming back. We're going to take this quick break, but I cannot tell you thank you enough for being here with us today. You know you got an invitation to come back with us, and we are looking forward to that especially.
Absolutely.
But don't go nowhere, y'all, because we got still more to talk about with the Historic New Orleans Collection on the other side of this break. WBOK, it's what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
See y'all in a few.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at today's headlines. A man is behind bars this morning, booked on more than a dozen counts of arson. Records obtained by WDSU show the man faces 13 counts of aggravated and simple arson. This is the New Orleans Police Department investigates a string of vehicle fires and a house fire that they say were set intentionally in the Bywater Monday morning. We are working to confirm if the suspect is connected to those fires. And New Orleans police are still on the hunt for the shooter wanted for gunning down a 19-year-old and injuring 3 tourists inside Dookie Chase. It's a shooting that forced the famed restaurant to close for several days. But a bit of good news, the restaurant reopened yesterday. At lunchtime, we watched Mayor Helena Moreno and other local leaders dine at the restaurant. There was also a security guard posted outside the front door as customers returned. Then happening today, the mother of the 12-year-old boy who wandered away from his home and was later found dead will be in court. Hilda Vasquez is scheduled for a discovery hearing. This comes after a judge ordered her to be held without bond, citing concerns for the welfare of her 3 children. Vasquez is facing 1 count of second-degree cruelty to a juvenile and negligent homicide in connection to her son Brian Vasquez's death. And that is a look at today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU News. Have a great day.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. All-time tennis great Serena Williams is channeling her competitive spirit into investing. But this is nothing new for Williams. Williams tells Bloomberg that being a part of business and finance was something she's carried with her through her playing days on the tennis court.
You know, it wasn't for me just about going out there and hitting tennis balls and winning. Obviously, that was the biggest part of it, but it was also really about being a business, being an entrepreneur. And at the time, when I was doing all this, there was lots of things and lots of people saying that you have to focus only on tennis, that you can't do other things, you can't have this other stuff, you can't be an entrepreneur, you can't think about other businesses, you really just have to do tennis. And I pushed that envelope and I said, you know what, that's not me.
Serena Williams speaking to Bloomberg at the American Business Forum in Miami recently. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
To a darkened, sinful world comes redemption. Oh, what a gift of salvation. When Jesus returns, will he find faithers on earth? For the answer to this mind-boggling question, tune into FIJTC, Faithers in the Jesus Christ, every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. on WBOK. Follow us on Facebook at FIJTC Write-Ups and on Instagram at FIJTC 420s.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Hey, it's D. Riley of the 90s Hits, wishing you and your family a happy holiday season.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Gray O'Brien Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
And that's Brother Jared on the other side of the glass. And I see super producer Nyron Sanders has
arrived
in the house. Yes, indeed.
He has arrived.
Also, two of our interns, whose names
Reagan and Jayla.
Reagan and Jayla. There you go. They're here too.
Yes, our Baton Rouge.
Our Baton Rouge crew. The gang's all here. A absolute fabulous interview right there with Miss Doratha Smith Simmons. Dodie. Miss Dodie, as she is affectionately known. And of course, this was all put together and coordinated by our friend Amanda Friends, who is the senior communications person over at the historic New Orleans Collection and a friend of this Front Porch. How you like that?
I like that a lot. I think y'all as friends too. I think that's great.
Yes, you
should have brought you a better present today.
You could have brought us a better present. Listen, you brought the anniversary snow water. And
he brought us history.
Wow.
Yeah,
I brought you one too.
Which is pretty cool. And in addition to that, with sharing the history, like I really have appreciated the relationship that has been building over the last few years from us just doing a walking tour with the initial tour that we did. It wasn't the Trail They Blaze. It was the She's Advancing. She's Advancing.
Yes. That was the first one.
We came to see that, and then you always get additional exhibits while you're there because they're 3 floors.
Oh, absolutely.
So there is a lot of stuff for you to be able to enjoy. But then the history of the building in and of itself it just sets the tone as you're walking in to find out that actually you're walking through a house that was built, and it was built a certain way to catch wind so the place could be cool. I mean, all of the things that you learn just about the architecture, but then you get to the exhibits, and all for free. With the big sell for me was the fact that they have lesson plans.
Yeah.
For the kiddies.
Well, you're a teacher, so yeah, that makes sense.
And that makes sense because it doesn't just have to happen in school. We have church groups. We have different organizations. Yeah, we have groups of people who gather children, and their focus is to impart information. You don't have to do a lot of the footwork. Go, click, print. That's your Saturday. That's a part of your Saturday activity. So yeah, I'm glad that the information is there. I'm glad that we're continuing to share about it because people need to see it. And for the cost of $0 and good, and you have all of the AC, HVAC is intact. It's always correctly cool or appropriately heated, all for free. Walking in the city.
Well, the French Quarter itself is such an amazing museum,
Mhm.
right? Walking around, you see history. I see new stuff every day, even though I'm down there every day.
Mhm.
Just yesterday, actually, there was a couple on the street, and there was the gentleman had a cane, and he was like, "I wish there was someplace to sit." And I was like, "Oh, there is.
There is.
Please come sit in our courtyard." And so I walked him down there, and he was like, "What is this place?" I was like, "Oh." And then he's so funny. I started to leave, and he's like, "Could you go find my wife and tell her that I'm in here?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
For a
She-
slight surcharge.
No, she's shopping next door. Absolutely. And then I was like, "You should check out our shop," And so they ended up spending like 25 minutes just sitting in the courtyard.
Mhm.
And I say that, people, when you're in the quarter, come visit us for
Yes.
sure. Our exhibitions are changing often. You can always be in a different mood, right? And learn something new and something
right.
different that you're paying attention to. But also, we have a great cafe, a shop, courtyard,
We can
and
speak to
clean,
the,
free bathrooms. So, there you
To
go.
the good stuff in the cafe.
Yes.
We can definitely
We
speak
can
to
definitely
that. But
speak to
speaking
that.
of tours and whatnot, man, Jacob.
How y'all?
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey.
How you
Thanks.
doing, man?
I'm great. Enjoying the weather outside.
It's lovely.
It's lovely. It doesn't
Yes.
feel like January, so I'm happy to be here. Glad to be here, and thank y'all for having me, but also representing the institution, and gave me a hard job to follow Doty.
Yes.
I don't know how anybody
Yes,
does
my
that,
friend.
so I
would
thank
just
y'all.
Stick to what you know.
Understood. Understood.
No special tricks
There
that
you
you
go.
that you have not shored up. Don't pull those out right now. But it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And with the tours, we got to see on our last visit there was a group of students, I think, somewhere close to Baton Rouge, and it was
Yeah,
like on the
kids.
other side
Mhm.
of Baton Rouge, and the wonder and amazement they got to meet Dr. Tate, and like they had done, it was an AP history class or something, and they had done a lot of the pre-work, but to see them go through the exhibit and then come out once, I don't think they were expecting that Dr. Tate was gonna
No,
be
we were
there.
just doing our front porch,
Yes.
right?
And so
Yes.
they got to meet her, and I mean, it was like they saw a rock star,
Superpowers.
which she
Yeah.
is definitely
Superpowers.
that. But to see them excited about history,
Yeah.
and nobody gets excited about history, but this is history that's happening in action that is relative to what's going on right now. So again, people who lead youth groups, bring them, and then come see Jacob.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we do. And it goes to what Amanda said about the French Quarter.
Yeah.
Tangibility when it comes to public history, the ability to immerse oneself in history, like the Quarter, and experience, whether you know it or you don't. You come into New Orleans as a student, you've learned about this history. Coming to an exhibition on itself connects you, and the way that exhibition was designed was the audience was young people, was people, African American kids in the community, to show you what people like a young Dodie Smith and the 13-year-old she had mentioned, the hard work they did. And then when you go in there, you're learning about, but then you see someone like Dr. Tate and the superpowers that they give off.
Yeah.
And you see them in the flesh and realize it's a human, not a story on a page. And you see that these photographs are not just photographs on a page in a history book. These were actual things and actions done by actual people.
That's right.
And by people like Dodie and Dr. Tate. It's a different connection. It is one that's a deeper one and inspiring for young people.
And not that far off, right? These are
Yeah.
women who are not,
They're with us.
They're still with us, exactly,
They are
able
not
to
wrapped in
tell
gauze.
their
No.
stories right
Mummies.
now.
Yes.
And we need to listen right
Yes. Yes, especially right now, because you're getting it literally from the horse's mouth.
Mhm.
You're getting it from somebody who say, "Oh, that's old history." Well, that lady's not that old, and she lived through it. And what she fought for then, we're still looking at a lot of fighting for today. So age is relative. Listen and learn something, and find out the courage that was necessary for 17, 15, 16-year-olds to stand up in front of a system that could unalive them
At any
very
point.
quickly
Mhm.
without any question, without any investigation. But no, this is fantastic. And the idea that the Historic New Orleans Collection is continuing to keep that history out there is such a big part. And that's what makes this thing so easy, this collaboration that we have with HNOC and the Front Porch just goes well together. Now, Jake, when you're giving tours, man, how do you do that? If somebody coming in with a group and they wanted to say, "Hey, listen, we're coming in from who is the Sierra Club.
They're coming
Is
from California.
all the way from California. Is that one of the people who would have been under your purview?
For that example, I will be joining Doty. And so we'll be there as a supplementary thing to try to keep the group together. If they have questions that maybe Doty doesn't feel like answering or is doing something of her own storytelling, we're there as kind of a symbiotic help. We'll go through different channels. They'll get with our boss about what kind of group, how big is it? That's one thing. If it's a giant group, we'll split them in half. But we like 15 is probably our biggest group, just so it has an intimate feel.
Yes.
But that is people up to pay grade when it comes to who's doing it. If it's a special community group like the Sierra Club, we will go into our vault of experts, like Doty, and have them do it. But our tours are to anybody who wants to take them. They can walk up. We will accommodate them in any way we possibly can. If they do any kind of reaching out to the institution, that'll come down the ladder about which one of my colleagues or myself will be the ones taking them through. But we try to accommodate anybody. We know the importance of it. But yeah, the Sierra Club that's coming up, I'll be there to help Miss Smith Simmons navigate them and any additional questions they got.
Now, when if somebody would have come up into the H&OC, you can get a tour if you haven't called before. You can just walk in, and if it's available, somebody will help you and guide you through. But you can do that prior to and make a reservation or something along those lines.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But is there a cost for that?
They're only in English
They're
for
only
now.
in English for now.
We acknowledge that, and we're working to expand our language accessibility for not just that tour, but any tour we get. Or an international destination, we acknowledge that. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a cost associated with the tours?
We do everything we can to make them free.
Okay.
There is a $15.
Well, you used to be a politician.
No.
He's running for something, man.
I'm not.
He's good at his job.
I'm not. No, we do everything we can. Whether you're a student, an educator, a museum professional, we or anybody at the desk can find a way to make it cost-free. The tours do have a $15 tag, and you can, of course, pay that at the desk when you walk up. You can pay it beforehand, but we really, really do urge people to not think about cost as a barrier whatsoever. We will absolutely do our best to get people in no matter what, if it's a guided experience or just walking in. That's our most important thing.
Absolutely. I love it. And that was very good framing. I like it.
Absolutely. And the idea that you got to realize that, though, man. If you go to a museum and you just walk through, then you're on your own. You can lead, you can study, you can learn. But if you ask somebody, but I think there's even different levels, because some places you have to pay for the little headphones and whatnot, and it's about $5. But if you want a human being or somebody to come and walk you and talk you through it, there's going to be a cost attached. So just keep that in mind. But it's not prohibitive. If you don't have it and you want to learn, you'll be accommodated.
You will.
To the rest of you guys' ability.
Departmental colleagues are stationed throughout the museum.
Yes.
It's just kind of people confused. It's where is this, where is that? But for also supplement information are all things my colleagues have great knowledge of when it comes to exhibitions. Everybody has their own passions and their own background knowledge. So even if you don't feel comfortable in a tour setting, but you want supplemental information, there are colleagues, museum employees stationed throughout that are more than happy most of the time to explore content, objects, really at a drop of a hat. So even if it's not a tour setting, if you want supplemental things, that is abound throughout our gallery spaces.
I love that.
And the exhibition, the museum itself is open every day except Monday, but the tours themselves are just Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday for a tour. Okay.
At 10 in the morning.
Okay, that's when it starts.
Correct.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Wednesday through Saturday. So one more time for the days. Monday is the only day it's closed. So all the other days you are still able to go to the historic New Orleans collection. On Wednesday through Saturday, the tours are available and they start at 10 a.m.
Correct.
All right. Make sure it's
And
clear out.
unfortunately, we may have to find out what is the last day of the exhibit, the Trail They Blaze. We had a couple of questions because we've been telling people to go.
Sure.
But just if you're waiting around until the last minute to come and see this wonderful tour, Your last day to be able to do that ostensibly is
June 7th.
June 7th. June 7th.
You've
So
still
put
got
that
some
in
time.
your You got plenty of time.
But don't
You
wait
got
till it's
months.
about to be. It's carnival season. It's
And-
parade time.
That's right.
If you had enough time before you got to the parade, take you an hour or two and walk through the
There you go.
the
And when you got
the
people
exhibit.
coming down for carnival,
Yeah,
to come
take them
down to the
there.
historic New Orleans collection just to get away from all the other stuff. Few hours that we will enjoy, and it is free, and it is definitely worthwhile.
Especially
All
if you're bringing your children.
There you go.
Come on in, bring them too.
Definitely bring them, and we're also opening a new exhibition March 20th.
Oh,
On the American Revolution.
The American. We're going to talk
so
more about that when we got to take this quick break.
No
but
problem.
as soon as we come back, you're going to hear about the upcoming exhibition. The Trail They Blaze is going on right now through June.
Yes.
So get yourself down there and go get yourself some of this. You're tuned into the Front Porch, WBOK. It's what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Don't go nowhere, y'all. We're going to see you on the other side of the break.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Hey, this is Steve Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 a.m. every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
It's off the top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Pardon me if I'm not surprised that the state of Louisiana has put the kibosh on DEI. Governor Jeff Landry says he wants to return to the way it used to be. Hell, the way it used to be? Does that include slavery and Jim Crow laws? Landry insists his reasoning for removing the diversity, equity, and inclusion language from state civil service hiring policy is to shift the focus back to strict merit-based employment, as if there was such a thing ever. Landry and other hard right-wing Republicans are of the belief that DEI hinders true equal opportunity, favoring unqualified minorities and others over otherwise well-deserving whites. Civil rights proponents argue that DEI policies exist and are necessary because the playing field was never equal in the first place. Moreover, that removing such policies will only increase barriers for marginalized citizens attempting to gain fair access to public employment. Now, I'm old enough to remember what it was like prior to the passage of the Civil Rights Act, when African Americans were still being subjected to centuries-old systemic discrimination and exclusion that left blacks and women underrepresented in the education and job field. It's indisputable that the United States has a long history of discrimination. Affirmative action programs were created after the Civil Rights Movement to counteract such discrimination. Lest we forget, it was the Trump administration that began the nationwide attack on DEI. And now with the backlash underway to seemingly undermine the progress of African Americans and other marginalized groups, I have serious doubts about whether removing DEI programs will bode well for the marginalized. I'm equally troubled by the statement made by Trump recently, alleging that whites were treated badly by the Civil Rights Act. Let that sink in. This is Norman Robinson off the top.
Let's kick this year off right. WBOK invites you to the Fresh Start Mixer, Vision and Venture, part of a Seat at the Table series for 2026. January 15th at Nostalgia, 320 South Broad Street. Come create your own vision board, set your goals, sharpen your ideas, and connect with people who are actually building towards their future. Kick your year off right with a seat at the table. January 15th at Nostalgia, 320 South Broad Street from 5:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. Follow WBOK Media on Instagram. Ask for details in the DMs.
What if just $50 could open the door to your new home? Godan's is inviting you to enter their Key to Your Heart house raffle, where one ticket gives you a chance to win a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the city of New Orleans. The drawing will happen on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Tickets must be purchased by February 12th at 11:59 p.m. Enter now at Raise, RAYZE.it/Key to Your Heart.
Attention parents, the Willow School, an A-rated National Blue Ribbon School in partnership with Tulane University, is now accepting applications for grades K through 12. Willow offers a nationally renowned arts integrated curriculum, top science and engineering program, and competitive athletic program. The Willow School is the highest performing K through 12 school in the state. The Willow School, where minds soar and creativity flourishes. Learn more about the application process at willowschoolnola.org today.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Hey, WBOK family, Ron Richardson here, host of Conversations with Ron Richardson. Just want to wish everybody in New Orleans a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. All the best.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK. I'm your host, Braylon Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Good morning, y'all.
Brother Jared's on the other side of the glass. The many-faceted feeling Amanda Freed is here with us from the historic New Orleans collection, along with Jacob Williams, who is here talking about the tours and everything that's going on. It's been a great day with our friends from H&OC.
Absolutely.
Always is. But it's carnival time.
It
Jacob,
is.
aren't you doing something with H&OC relative to carnival?
We are.
All right.
Everybody in this city, whether you want to or know it or not, you're doing something with carnival, whether it's fighting traffic,
right,
eating cake, baking cakes. But no, at the museum, we're talking about throws and their iconic relationship to things that we celebrate, the blinky, the shiny, and going backwards to their origins.
Yes.
Since carnival time, the celebration of the return of the sun over darkness, people have been celebrating. And when they do that, they throw things at each other. Whether it's food or in Italy in the 16th century, it's how we get confetti. It's these little confit pieces of fruit. To in New Orleans, we know there are people going to balls, handing things out. But really for us here, there's a photograph from our friends at Times Pick, their building that used to be around the corner.
That's right.
Of people reaching up for something. We don't know what it was, but in the 1920s, we think it was something handmade. And then we track how the volume of production, plastic, the P word, going and paralleling the rise in the volume of parades. They are nonstop from when they do all the way through Tuesday afternoon with the trucks, and how it's just gotten to be a problem. If you got kids, you know the things that get on their necks, and then they come home and they go to an attic. They're unloved. Or worse, for us as people who live here, they end up on the ground. And not just in the ground, the gutters and our catch basins. We know how bad it is to get water out. We don't need any more things in the way of our big pumping stations that dot our landscape. So we do that, and we talk about how this volume has grown, why, and then talk about the problems. In 2018, in just the 5 blocks. We in New Orleans know that parades go much longer than just
Yes,
5 blocks.
yes.
From Howard Avenue to Poydras, 46 tons of beads were taken out of catch basins.
What?
And so
Hold
that,
on.
yes, 40
From Howard Avenue
to Poydras.
to Poydras,
It's like 6 blocks.
46 tons.
Tons.
Wow.
And that's just
That's
unloved,
a
unwanted.
crazy stat.
Yeah, and again, that's just 5 blocks.
That's
Right.
just 5 blocks.
Extrapolate
A
it
ton
from-
is 2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds, and it was 46 times 2,000. Yikes.
100 million tons. Yeah. So we talk about what people in our community realized is we got a problem. How are we going to continue this beloved tradition in just all of Louisiana and the Gulf Coast?
Yes.
Because we know it's not going away. Plastic and beads aren't going away. But
They can't go
they
away.
can't. They will never go away.
Right.
How do we continue this beloved tradition in a way that makes our community a little more sustainable? And we really highlight not only old line crews like Zulu with the coconut and the new things, maybe after Katrina with Muses and the Shoe, King Arthur and the Grail, Tucks and their wonderful
paper.
plungers and
There you
toilet
go.
paper.
There you go.
To even groups like the Grounds Crew. They're over on Magazine Street. They contract with crews and throw like really sustainable things. Last year, I caught a pack of red beans and rice. I caught a jambalaya pack, coffee. There is soap, and I haven't tested it yet. They advertise that it can remove the smell of crawfish from your hands.
No.
I'm with you. I don't
That's
believe it,
No.
but I haven't tried it yet. But there are people who make things that can be used throughout the year. My wife loves using a Muses tote bag. She called it years ago to go to the grocery store or the farmer's market or
Yes,
something.
Recycle.
Yeah. And speaking of recycling, you have people like ARC who will take beads and recycle them and restring them. So you don't have
For
to buy
years,
them.
they have been doing that. You can buy them from up there, and you can bring your old beads up there and give them to them to get them out of the house in the attic and out of your way.
Out of your way.
Keep your house from sinking.
That's right.
That
It
nasty
helps.
smells. Yeah, even if they do end up at your house, you know, if you have kids, they end up in their mouth. All
That's
the
right.
chemicals that preserve
That's
the
right.
color and
Yes.
that nasty, unique plastic smell.
Mhm.
Yeah, all the chemicals to keep them alive. Those are just not good to have around us. So that's one thing we can eliminate. But you don't have to buy from across the ocean and have them shipped in if you recycle.
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's
there are
right.
people in our community who are being conscious about doing it. And I like to plug my university where I went to school, LSU, up in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
We recently received, they actually drove them down and handed to me. They're biodegradable beads. And the idea is in these wonderful 3D printed strings, they're these little, the size of your pinky or so, little balls.
Okay.
And inside is a seed of okra.
Oh.
And they have done research that in the soil that is found in South Louisiana, if okra seeds get onto the dirt, they will start to germinate. And those germinating okra seeds will attract bacteria that will biodegrade the biodegradable plastic.
Beads, they will-
Yeah. They're called plant me instead of throw me. They're plant me beads.
Plants me beads.
Yeah, and really their idea, they've tried to contact the crew of Ferret, who we know a couple years ago decided to get rid of all plastic and throw things. And it might not be. This was one of the third-year PhD student who was one of the researchers, grew up on the North Shore. And she's like, this is a tradition I love. I can't imagine a life down here without carnival. And maybe it's not that we're just harvesting okra, but it's the bigger idea.
Big idea.
That there's certain alternatives we can do, even if they're still in bead form.
To reduce our impact.
To reduce
Now,
our
is
human
that
impact.
Part of folks get more information about that as part of the tour down at HNOC.
Correct. That's on our website,
On the
social
website
media.
as
We do this is called a pop-up, so it's not the extreme length or duration of a tour that
Right.
usually like an hour. This is about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And we do them right now, Wednesdays and Saturdays, in our back building where we do the special exhibitions on the ground floor at 2 p.m.
Gotta love it.
As the quarter starts to pick up and we have just parades going all the time, we might do them with more frequency.
Okay.
It's really fun to learn about how people interact and or know of parades, especially in the quarter. Some have no idea that parades are even part of Mardi Gras. But then talk about the relationship of getting and giving, and really getting to know how people think about, and maybe you inspire them that evening when they go see something on Canal Street. Maybe they'll think that plastic, no, that something that I can have that's handmade, that has thought behind it, that connection made between the thrower and the giver, that might be the bigger thing than walking home with a boatload of plastic.
There we
Jacob
go.
Williams, Historic New Orleans, Historic New Orleans collection. Thank you, my friend, for being here today and sharing that
Absolutely.
information with us.
And
Amanda,
Amanda's a
cousin,
friend.
you already know. That's family right there. She always here with us. Of course, Miss Doratha, Dodie, Smith, Simmons, thank you so much. And we want to thank all of you for giving us 3 hours
Thank
out of your
you.
lives that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Take care of yourselves and each other, y'all.
Brother Jared on the other side of the glass. Y'all practice random acts of kindness. Do something nice for somebody just because it's a nice thing to do. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we going to see y'all on the flip.
Bye.